Encounters between humans and wild animals can shift from calm to dangerous in just seconds. From sudden attacks to moments that nearly spiral out of control, these situations show just how unpredictable nature can be. What drives these animals to act this way? Stay tuned and watch the video to discover some of the most intense and shocking moments. The hunter remained completely still up high, staying calm as the black bear approached. Perhaps not sensing a threat, the animal climbed back down the tree and walked away. No attack occurred, but the moment was still enough to make anyone's heart race. How startled were you by that moment, just mildly surprised? Or did your heart start pounding like you were in real danger? The bull suddenly charged forward, ramming straight into the front of the vehicle as if demanding the right of way. The car shook violently, the driver inside frozen in place, while the animal stubbornly refused to back down. At first, the kangaroo seemed quite relaxed, even cooperating with the man. But when it was teased too much, it quickly changed its attitude, shifting from calm to aggressive, turning the situation unexpectedly tense. The collision between the car and the black bear happened unexpectedly. After the heavy impact, the bear quickly ran off, leaving the front of the vehicle badly damaged. The owner could only stand there helplessly, as the culprit was impossible to hold accountable. A gorilla suddenly charged forward and knocked a female tourist to the ground, throwing the scene into chaos. It might have seemed like it didn't like the pink outfit she happened to be wearing that day. But what do you think really triggered such a strong reaction? The color or a sense of being threatened? The elephant seemed out of control, tossing the vehicle aside as if it were weightless. Motorbikes lay scattered all around, while people watched from a distance in concern. Amid the chaos, each shove showcased a massive strength that no one could easily stop. With just a small piece of wood, the man managed to drive away two polar bears that were closing in. An almost unbelievable situation. Was it just luck, or a result of staying calm and reacting at exactly the right moment? The woman slipped and fell into a polar bear enclosure, instantly facing danger. Two bears approached as she frantically tried to climb out in a heart-stopping moment. Perhaps this brown bear didn't spot the owner of the car, so it decided to break in to look for food. Watching the scene, it almost seemed like the bear was the true owner of the vehicle. In a recording from Russia, a female reporter approached a bear cub that seemed harmless, but it suddenly lunged at her, creating a tense moment. It's unclear whether, after this experience, she would still be willing to pursue wildlife reporting. Perhaps the portion of food was too small, causing the black bear to react violently, grabbing the man's arm through the bars. Fortunately, timely intervention kept him out of danger, but it was undoubtedly a heart-stopping moment for him. With no other option, they shouted loudly as the bear approached the car. But the black bear didn't seem to care. It casually opened the door and climbed inside, as if it were its own vehicle. What seemed like a routine enclosure cleaning suddenly turned into an action movie when the bear unexpectedly charged. The woman panicked and tried to dodge, while the main character was fully committed to the role. She managed to escape safely, but it was definitely a work shift she'll never forget. An uninvited guest suddenly showed up at the front door, sending the young woman running in panic. The raccoon, small but incredibly enthusiastic, chased after her, turning a peaceful scene into a pursuit that was both tense and oddly comical. If you were distracted by your phone like this man and suddenly encountered a bear, how would you react? In the icy wilderness, a polar bear suddenly tried to force its way into a station. The moment was unbearably tense, but just in time, a pack of dogs appeared, making the giant hesitate before backing off and retreating. A polar bear suddenly charged after a small dog across the snow. The tense moment leaves viewers on edge as the line between survival and danger becomes frighteningly thin. The metal trap set by the roadside seemed simple, but it carried an unpredictable tension. The moment the bear steps into it, everything changes instantly, a quiet pause right before something happens. A herd of elephants passed by, and people hurriedly abandoned their vehicles to give way. Without any aggression, their mere presence was enough to make everyone keep their distance. An elephant suddenly appeared on a dirt road, likely agitated after its territory was unintentionally encroached upon. The crowd panicked and scattered in all directions, while the elephant advanced with an intimidating presence, creating a tense and unpredictable situation. A leopard suddenly appeared in a quiet residential area, running along the street and sending residents into a panic. It moved quickly, constantly searching for a way out. This unexpected encounter shows that when habitats shrink, wild animals can end up much closer to human spaces. A giant bear suddenly climbed onto a red car in the middle of a quiet forest, leaving the owner frozen in panic. But the funny part is, it didn't damage the car right away. Instead, it fumbled around as if trying to open the door and ask for a ride. From a distance, everyone thought a wild bear was heading straight into the neighborhood, sending people running in panic. But when the bear started walking a bit unsteadily with a strange gait, many burst out laughing as they realized it was just a person in an overly convincing costume. In the quiet of the night, a giant bear suddenly stuck its head into a trash bin searching for food, only to get trapped and unable to pull back out. It struggled desperately, as if realizing that this free meal had turned into the hardest trap to swallow in its life. A bear wandered through the forest searching for food, but apparently it wasn't satisfied, so it moved on to a nearby car and started rummaging through everything inside. The car's owner could only climb up a tree and watch helplessly, too afraid to come down and stop it. But what shocked everyone the most was when the car suddenly started moving, creating an unbelievable moment. Did the bear really drive the car by accident? Or was it just a mishap that left the owner stranded in despair up in the tree? Getting food had never seemed this easy. The giant bear simply peered through the window, placing its massive paws on the sill like a guest waiting to be served. The person inside didn't resist, only kept handing food to it. There was no roaring, no overt threat, but in the presence of that enormous wild animal, humans suddenly felt incredibly small. A ram suddenly went berserk in the yard, charging at anything in front of it. The man had to quickly drag out a large sack of materials to use as a shield, while the animal kept ramming it with force and anger. The scene was chaotic but also somewhat funny, as the two kept running around the yard like they were in some strange match. A boy was playing by the roadside when a fierce rooster suddenly charged at him and kept attacking. Even after he fell to the ground and tried to crawl away, the feathered fighter continued chasing him relentlessly. The scene was chaotic yet oddly funny, making people feel both sympathetic and unable to hold back their laughter. Nature always finds a way to remind us to respect it and keep a safe distance. If you found this video engaging and thought-provoking, don't forget to subscribe for more intense and eye-opening moments. Turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads.